Rarebit here. Welcome to the Hacienda. Today we're going to make something from England. We're making Welsh Rarebit, or also known as Welsh Rarebit. It is neither Welsh nor is there any rabbit in there. That recipe was first documented in a cookbook published in 1725 from England or Britain. The name Welsh Rarebit or Welsh Rabbit is derogatory. The recipe was invented by the British. Now, I am certain that melted cheese on toasted bread predates 1725 by several hundred years. But anyway, when the British subjugated the Welsh, and the Welsh now reported to the British Crown, the Welsh were seen as hillbillies, and they were looked down upon. And once they became under the control of the British, they were no longer allowed to hunt on British lands, therefore they could not hunt rabbit. So Welsh Rarebit was a derogatory name making fun of the Welsh and the fact that they couldn't eat rabbit or couldn't hunt it, and it was just a peasant type food. Anyway, we're going to do it my way today. We're not going to put any rabbit in it, but we're going to put chicken in it. And it's going to be pretty darn good. I'm going to add leeks to my recipe because I found out that leeks are the national vegetable of Wales, and the Welsh love leeks, so we're going to put that in there too. So let's get cooking. Some of the signature ingredients for Welsh Rarebit are Worcestershire sauce, some good British mustard. I told you I'm going to add leeks. We need a good dark beer. In this case, I got a nice English style oatmeal stout. And of course the cheese. We've got, you need extra sharp hard cheddar. In this case we got that regular one. And then we've also got Skellig sharp cheddar, which is a natural cheddar with a mild hint of sweetness and unique texture. Both of them combined promise to be very good and tasty. Well, whatever. You don't have to combine cheddars, but I am. Gotta grate the cheeses. Both of them. This one is a lot harder and sharper than the Skellig. In a saucepan over medium heat, we're going to melt 1 stick butter, and we're going to add 2/3 of a cup of flour, and we're going to stir that, and we're going to make a little roux, and we're going to cook it for a little bit, just a couple minutes. Alright, so 2 minutes of cooking. We want and continually stirring. Now we are going to add the 12 ounces of dark beer, in this case stout. I was looking for Killian's Irish Red. That's actually what I wanted, but I couldn't find any, so we settled with this. And we're going to add the beer and 1 cup milk. Okay, it's still over medium heat. We're stirring, and we're going to add 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. Good stuff that it is. Okay, keep cooking. To that, we're going to add the 2 generous teaspoons of stout mustard. This is a, actually it's a burgundy mustard, but it's very strong stout. It's very tasty. And that's a signature item for this. So let's keep stirring it for another minute or 2. After I added the mustard, I cut off the heat and continued stirring with this whisk for 2 minutes. So the reason why I cut it off is because we're going to add the cheese now, and we're going to utilize the residual heat to melt the cheese. Cheddar, if you try to melt it over very high heat, or if the burner's still on, it's going to break and it's going to separate and it's going to make a mess. So you got to be gentle with cheddar, and we're going to melt it in. And here's the first edition of the cheese. it is melting nicely. And if it doesn't, you can turn the heat on to 1 or 2, which I think I'm going to do. I'm going to put it on to 1.5. And now let's add the second type of cheese. Alright folks, I got my ratios wrong, and this is way too runny for what I need. So what I've done is I've grated some more extra sharp cheddar cheese, which we're going to add to that, because we really need to thicken this up. So good thing that I'm a trained professional, and you know, accidents happen in any kitchen, professional or otherwise. A good cook adapts and overcomes. Alright, so after 20 minutes of constant stirring, getting the moisture out, this is the consistency we want, and the repairs have been successfully made. So let's put this in a shallow cooling dish. So I've poured this in a Pyrex dish. So now we're going to stick it in the fridge for about an hour to cool off and thicken up even more. While the cheese sauce is cooling off, with a third stick of butter, we are going to cook the washed and chopped leeks until they get soft. After about 10 minutes and they look like this, we're going to cut off the heat and set them off to the side so they can cool off. Alright, it's time to assemble the Welsh Rarebit. We have 2 slices of well toasted on both sides sourdough bread. To that we add the softened leeks, and notice how I've left a perimeter around the bread. One of it is getting chicken. I pulled that meat off a rotisserie chicken. Mrs. Rarebit's is not. And you can see here the reason why I built the perimeter is so then when I scoop up the cold cheese, it has a place to stick. So now let's cover it and bake it. I had an accident over here. That one fell over, so it's a mess. And here we go, straight out of the broiler, brown and bubbly. Let's get it presented nicely and cut it open. Alright, let's cut it open and see. I am so sorry that I messed up that first one because it was looking so nice. But it flipped out of my fingers and fell over and made a mess. So here's the one with chicken. Looks good. Let's get a close-up. Okay, you can see the chicken in there, and here's some of the cheese. Let's try that. Crispy cheese, what's there not to like? Alright, so we'll slice a piece here. Looks good, smells very nice. Those leeks got sweet. Very nice and cheesy. Salty, but that's to be expected. Cheese is salty. And here's a piece with chicken. Let's try that. Oh man, this is really good. Yeah. That rotisserie chicken is tasty. I like that sauce. It beats regular just melted cheese. I'd do that again. Yeah, for sure. Again, Welsh Rarebit my way. An homage to the Welsh people with the leeks. Thanks for watching, people. Y'all take care.